All right. I am live. All right. What's going on, everyone? This is Zen here. Hope you're having a great day. Uh, just wanted to say thank you to all of the followers on TikTok and all of that awesomeness, right? I didn't really think that I would get all the way up to, now we're about to, we're pretty close to 15,000 subscribers. So that's pretty cool. But today we're just going to talk about Marvel talk, Marvel shows, theories, and things of that nature. So I'm going to put up a couple polls as well. And folks who wanted to like jump in and just kind of talk about their like favorite things, if they're feeling pretty brave, they are more than welcome to do that if they're 18 years or older, right? So one of the first things I'm going to put up a poll in a little bit, and the poll is basically going to be like, what's your favorite MCU movie as of right now? I recently watched Black Panther last week Saturday with my son, and overall, I would say the experience of the movie was pretty good. Sequentially, I saw a lot of this coming in Black Panther when we're talking about like Shuri becoming the next Black Panther and things of that nature because it happened in the comic books. And I do think what they did with the passing of Chadwick Boseman, um, I think they did pretty good, right? Overall, I would say that you could tell they probably wanted to do a whole lot more with Black Panther, but things shifted in a way that made sense for it, right? So yeah. But overall, I would say Black Panther was pretty good, stellar movie. Um, yeah, I think the introduction for Ironheart was pretty good because we already know we're gonna get her show, right? We already know we're gonna get an Ironheart show. I'm really hoping, I'm crossing my fingers that the Ironheart show is really good and kind of mixes and mingles with the Armor Wars show. Are they still coming out with the Armor Wars show? I'm not even too sure about that, right? But overall, Black Panther was pretty good. I think out of the couple of shows that are coming out, what's going on, everyone? Hope you guys are having a great day. Out of all the shows that are coming out, in terms of shows, what I'm most looking forward to is probably Loki. Now, Loki was never a character that I truly enjoyed and loved, but I watched that Loki show and it had so much gravity on the MCU that the writing, the storytelling within only a couple of episodes made me really like the character overall. I'm not too sure about you guys if you guys watch the Loki show, but it basically opens up everything with the multiverse and also Kang the Conqueror coming in. Yeah, it's a phenomenal show. So if you haven't watched Loki, out of all the shows on Disney Plus, I would say the most important show that connects with the movies is definitely the Loki show. Uh, yeah, I mean, like talking about like She-Hulk and things of that nature. She-Hulk is a sitcom type of show. I'm trying to think. Captain America, Falcon and the Winter Soldier was, is ground based a little bit, right? I'm trying to think of the other shows that really like came to mind. Scarlet Witch. If I had to put the shows in order of importance, I would say number one, right, would have to be the Loki show. Is probably the most important Disney Plus TV show so far. I appreciate the likes. Thank you so much. Thanks for the likes, team. Um, yeah, the Loki has to be the best, the best and the most important. Not the best. That's subjective. Loki has to be the most important though because it opens up the whole multiverse. WandaVision probably would be number two. Just because of what we know Wanda could do and how she was in the MCU. So yeah, I would definitely say so. I was You were surprised. What's going on, bro? I was surprised how good Loki was. Me too. I am still in awe a little bit because again, like I mentioned before, I didn't even though I watched him in Thor Ragnarok and things of that nature, I never really truly loved the character of Loki. But after watching the Loki TV show, oh, I appreciate the follow, Vince. After watching the Loki show, I was like, this character is amazing. This show is amazing. Um, like Loki had to be the heaviest gravity, right, for a show. And I got out of Loki. I got out of Loki like it was a TV, like it was a movie. I finished Loki feeling like rattling. My brain is thinking. I'm like, oh snap! What's gonna happen next? We already know Kang the Conqueror is coming, and of course we know from Quantumania and the trailer and things of that nature. But I've never watched a show that had so much influence, right? I think that's a better word. So much influence on the movies as it does. And what sucks is I don't think a lot of people watch the Loki show. So I think they're gonna figure it out. They're gonna be able to like throw it in a way that makes sense. John said the show allowed for the greatest character development for Loki. I thoroughly 100% agree. I've never seen so much character development from a character that basically a different version of him that passed away, but you kind of see where this one would have headed, right? And it's just absolutely amazing. Loki Loki was a character who we really didn't think much about. No, no, no. Oh, I skipped a comment. Hold on. That's how Marvel started out with Iron Man, who was at the time a C-list character in comics, and that's so true. That is so true. Loki was a character we really didn't think about. Yeah, he definitely wasn't. I didn't really care for Loki. Even in the first Avengers movie, it was like, oh, you're the bad guy. You're Loki. You're Thor's brother. Cool, but you're not one of my favorites. You're just gonna lose, my guy, kind of thing. And I'm in the Loki show. I was rooting for him the whole entire movie, and the cast of characters. Like I have to go back and watch it. See, me talking about it right now is getting me hyped to go back and watch it. And I'm not a person who goes back and watches TV shows like many times over, but I feel like I have to do that. Exactly, a bad guy we needed our favorite heroes to fight. That was it. Exactly, right? It was like, hey, here's the barrier. Um, Good guys beat him. You know what I mean? So yeah. Let me see if I can put up this poll real quick for you guys. Uh, all right. So this one is what upcoming MCU film are you excited for? So I'm gonna put it up and just gonna leave it up there, and then we'll talk about it at the end. But definitely vote, and guys, definitely smash the like button, like test the might in Mortal Kombat. You know, in Mortal Kombat, test your might. They're like, smash that like button, like crazy, like crazy. Oh, yeah. So yeah, thoroughly hype in terms of the shows. What I'm looking forward to is season two of Loki. And I wonder if the Loki show, right? Season two of Loki is gonna let us. Are they gonna go against like a different version of Kang the Conqueror before they actually get to Kang the Conqueror? You know what I mean? Because in the comic books, we know that there's so many different versions of him, like Rama Tut, um, so many other, like Iron Lad, which is like a younger version before he becomes Kang the Conqueror, but he's a good guy, and all kinds of things, right? Uh, You're looking forward to the next Spider-Verse movie, Miles Morales, feature Miles Morales. Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to that as well. 100%. The Miles Morales TV show, let me back up so you guys could see Kang a little bit. You know what I mean? I should be like sitting like pose. uh John said Thunderbolts. So you're looking forward to the Thunderbolts because I know that Ant-Man Kang is gonna set up the Secret Wars and I'm ready. Man, to see Hulk. Yeah, I can't wait to see Red Hulk too. How they're gonna like flow it, but we know it's coming. Like I'm 99%. No, I'm kidding. I'm 90% sure that we're definitely gonna see Red Hulk, and it's gonna be a sight to behold. Mark my words. I really feel like it, and hopefully we get to see a good Hulk story. I hope so too. I must say, I'm not following any of the negativity trends, but I do miss seeing the Hulk that will just like destroy everything, you know? Have I been very dismissive of the other side of the Hulk. Absolutely not. Like seeing Smart Hulk was good for a really long time. It was good, but I do want to see our old Hulk back, right? Because I think that's the one that I grew up on. But I am open to this one, right? I just want to see a really good story. Because when you think about a Hulk and you think about a hulking character, right? Uh, I'm thinking of a character who will literally can destroy anything anytime he wants. But I think we've mixed the Jekyll and Hyde characters and we've merged them together instead of having the two, right? And I think me personally, in my personal opinion, I'm not such a fan of it. I would love to just see um, just Hulk, right? And his personality and having them banter with each other, right? A psychological banter like Banner get out my head or whatever like that or things of that nature, right? Let me get back to the comments. And guys, please comment away, because this live is really for us to just jam out and talk and just geek out, right? I really need your take on this She-Hulk series. I got you. And then I'm gonna get right into to Trem's comments. So in terms of the all right, so She-Hulk, there was a lot of negativity for She-Hulk. I think we know that. I went into She-Hulk not expecting much. And the reason why I didn't go in there expecting much is because I didn't really see how much connection they can make to the larger universe with the introduction of a brand new character such as She-Hulk. And she isn't really a street level character, but I think they presented her in a street level format in this TV show. But I took it as a sitcom. Appreciate the likes, team. Smash the likes button. Like, test your might. Um, but yeah, I definitely took She-Hulk as a sitcom. Episode was very different. Did I enjoy it? I did enjoy it. I thought it was a watch, right? I would come home from work on I think it was Wednesdays, right? On Wednesdays or Thursdays, whichever one, and I would watch it, right? And I would enjoy my night, and that was it. Was I overly excited or hyped? No, it was just something to watch overall. Um, Jennifer Walters as a character, a lot of folks who didn't read the comic books saw some of the things in the TV show and thought it was very off for the character, but it really wasn't, right? The representation of the character and her ability to break the fourth wall was very reminiscent of her character itself in the comic books. So overall, I would think it was yeah, it was just a show to watch. You know what I mean? Just something something to me, if I talking like anime terms and like other things like that, but like it was a filler show, right? Something to just kind of keep you in the Marvel universe, right? A subsector in the Marvel universe within the world of Earth, the 616, the movie 616. And yeah, the movie or the Marvel Cinematic Universe version of the 616. But yeah, let me go back to the comments. As long as we get Blue Marvel and Nova suit, bro. All right, I have a theory, right? No, it's not a theory because I don't have any connection base. But we're getting the Marvels, right? We're getting the Marvels. And what I'm really hyped for is if, yeah, we're gonna have Kamala Khan, Miss Marvel, we're gonna have Captain Marvel, we're gonna have Monica Rambeau, Spectrum. But what I'm really hoping for, since it's titled The Marvels, that we actually get the introduction at the end of the movie of Blue Marvel. If we ever get Blue Marvel, I'm not gonna do anything except get hype, but still, bro, if we get Blue Marvel, I have all faith in Marvel after that. He's definitely one of my favorite characters, as you guys could see, right? Blue Marvel is uh definitely a lot of people would like to describe him as an analog to Superman, but he's a lot more. And me as just a black person, right? Never really get a chance to look up to characters other than Superman, which is my favorite character of DC Comics, but no one who really looked like me. And to find out that there's a character created by Kevin Grievous, right? Which he was in the Underworld series with the super deep voice, and he was a co-creator too, that he created this character named Blue Marvel, and he had like a master's and a PhD, and he was really smart and he was so powerful. like that, me growing up and me as an older human being that I am right now, it is inspirational, right? In a lot of regards that I don't get a chance to see in everyday life, if that makes sense to you all, right? So I would love to see Blue Marvel 100%. And that's why representation matters. Black Archer said, She-Hulk comics are exactly like the series, lighthearted and yep, exactly. Skywalker said She-Hulk story needed to blend into the Hulk family in a way. Yep. Um, and then if Blue Marvel and Nova make an appearance, I'm literally gonna go. I'm literally going plots. I feel like I really have a deep. I really have a feeling we're gonna see these characters. I really do. Nova too. There's a lot of buzz around Nova, and I know this because I'm reading the comic. I'm a comic book reader and a comic book collector, but I'm also watching the trends of comic books. When you go on eBay, you could kind of see the spike in like when movies are coming out and when comic books first appearances, things like that, they go up too. Because I sell comic books as well. So I have to watch those things to see how the market is going. And the first appearance of like Nova, right? But not the younger Nova, right? I think I forgot his name. If you guys know in the chat, you could remind me because I don't want to like just make up stuff. um Yeah, and then forever, what's going on? Said if that is actually the Thunderbolts team that's being sent to Wakanda, then Wakanda sweeps. You know what I think? I have a I have a theory now. This one is a theory. I do think that from that poster art, let me see if I could put up a quick picture. Can I put up a quick picture of it? Um, Let me see without like messing up the live. I'm probably gonna like mess up the live. Guys, let's try to get to 1,000 likes so we could bring more people in here, so we could summon a legion. So smash that. Stony, what's going on? I'm gonna try to, as people are joining too, I gotta make sure to shout you guys out. I want to be like super fast with that. Uh, Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. I should have like put on the Mortal Kombat music in the background. Richard Ryder, aka Nova. Isn't there a younger one? I know about Richard Ryder, but isn't there another one? I think there's a younger one, like a he's like a kid. Recently, I haven't been reading any of those comic books, so yeah, appreciate the likes, guys. Black Archer's in the lead for the likes. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. All right, the poll just ended, so let's look at the poll. Okay, let's look at the poll. Quantum. Oh wow, we're even. Okay, so everyone is even for Quantumania, the Marvels, and the Thunderbolts. Guardians of the Galaxy is not really getting love, and Captain America: World Order is not getting that much love. Now, of course, we know it doesn't mean that we don't want to see the other movies. It just means that which ones we're really hyped for, right? Thank you, Black Archer. Forever said Bucky got his arm took off, and John Walker got threw her around by the door. The team is cooked. Sam Alexander, thank you, Tremel, thank you so much, thank you, and thank you, Black Archer. Yeah, I couldn't remember Sam Alexander. I because I know he was in the Champions, right? He was in the Champions comic book series, if I'm not mistaken. Andrew, thank you for the likes. Appreciate you guys. Let's get to that 1,000 action and summon a legion of geeks and blurs, right? Yeah. But I appreciate you all just for being here and hanging out with me and just geeking out. Later on, I might do an unboxing. I got some comic books. You guys can't really, yeah. Green screen. I'll turn it off later if you guys want to. If you guys want me to do a unboxing, right? Um, Let me see. I'm very intrigued about these Wakandan-based Disney Plus shows. Yeah, because we're supposed to get a couple, right? I felt like yeah, I haven't heard any buzz and seen any poster arts or inclusion of names for the Wakanda shows. Do we know and do we have any titles? Let me know. Um, Forever said I probably want to see New World Order more than most of what's releasing. Ah, tell us why. Why? I'm definitely intrigued to know why. I am interested to see how Sam Wilson's character evolves, right? I'm definitely excited to see that. And um, you know, the the Falcon and the Winter Soldier reminded me of just like a really great action show. You know what I mean? Something to watch, something good, and just like flowing, right? I appreciate you, Andrew. Thank you for following. Okoye, I think, was one. Oh, okay. Oh, Okoye is gonna have her own show for real, for real. I would love that. I would love that. Her character is absolutely amazing. Um, and they definitely there's a lot of characters in the Wakanda universe, so I would love to see who they introduce. As you can see in some of the videos I've been releasing, there's a lot of Wakandan based folks, right, that they could release. And one thing I want to see more interjection of the mutants. I'm wondering what they're doing, right? Because we did get spoilers if you haven't watched Wakanda Forever. We did we do know that. All right, Miss Marvel. I'm jumping back and forth. Miss Marvel in her show is identified as a mutant, right? And they even plays like the X-Men theme music like towards the end. Da-da-da-boom, boom boom, right? Which I love because I grew up with that. And in Wakanda Forever, we did identify we they did identify, I can't even talk, that name Namor, right, is a mutant, which is pretty cool. So are I wonder if they're going in the route of saying like, oh, mutants have always been here kind of thing. Not that they're going to introduce a whole world of an alternate universe of mutants and then bring them in. But I still think that we're going to have an incursion. I'm going to explain that theory in a little bit. Appreciate the likes, guys. We're about to be at 1,000 on the road to 1 million. All right, Okoye and two more are rumored. Thank you, Trem. All right, Forever said we didn't really get much of him as Cap in his own series. Yes, I agree, and that's why I would love to see more um, of his character develop. I do think they need to, me personally, this is my personal opinion, that they need to tweak some things on the suit, right? But I know it's easier said than done to wear a suit that's like fairly tight, right? But I do think it needs to look a little bit more skin tight, right? But I know that's like a big ask because it must be uncomfortable for the actors. But overall, I would say him in his suit with the wings at that end, when he had it was just absolutely amazing, right? Um, Trem said, Tremel said, sorry, I'm saying Trem, but I'm like shortening your name. My bad. But Ironheart though, yeah, Ironheart, she did her thing. She did her thing. She did her thing. I gotta look at how old is that actor? I know she's not a teen. I know she's not like at that. She's much older, but I think she did really phenomenal as Ironheart, and I can't wait to see her show. All right, Falcon and the Winter Soldier was beautifully done. Cops and Robbers show. It was excellent. Yeah, a lot of folks didn't really dig it. I'm not too sure why they didn't really dig it. For me, it was just a really great watch, right? It felt like a movie, literally a movie spread out in a series, right? Like if I was to watch a movie, it felt like I would watch a movie for like 20 minutes, stop till the next day, things like that. I thought it was well made, well crafted overall. The visual effects, the music overall was great. We made it to 1,000. Let's go, team. Thank you, everyone. Let's work on the next goal, which is 1,000. I was kidding. Which is 10,000. Oh, she's 25. She's okay. She's older. She did look older, right? I know they were trying to portray her as a 19-year-old, but she did look older. I think the actor looked older. Um, but I think the actor did really well, right? And it's just great to see black actors overall, right? And it doesn't mean like I'm woke. I just love to see my people in movies. That's it. It's not a trend. It's just a liking. All right. We were ripped off regarding World War Hulk New Mutants. Yeah, they try to introduce what's his name? Scar, right? Yeah, Hulk's son. And I think they have a lot of explaining to do. You know what I mean? They just like dropped it in there. I Even though it was She-Hulk, I didn't really feel like that was the show to drop off Scar at all. Like not at all. Just because of the way that She-Hulk ended, right? It was very meta, right? You know, she was breaking the fourth wall and then she broke the fourth wall like even further, right? And changed the ending, things like that. So I didn't really feel like that was the show for that, right? Because and I do have a quarrel with that. The ending of She-Hulk, not that part, right? Where she basically broke the fourth wall. She was speaking to us, but then she broke it again. It almost made it seem like she was going through a psychological break, right? It didn't really feel like a fourth wall breaking anymore. It felt like she broke the fourth wall, then was in the show doing other things to change the ending of the show, or saying it didn't make sense. So it got very meta, but it also seemed a little bit confusing. Like she was no longer talking to us and she was experiencing these things within her mental scape, which made it seem like she was going through a psychological break. Gamma radiation. I was kidding. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, they said she's 19 in the movie. With every trailer from the MC, I cry from excitement. Oh, that's awesome, Sky. That's awesome. Yeah, that Scar into trick. Yeah, it ticked you off because I mean, I didn't feel like I don't know the design. I know people were trying to go on the hairline business and all of that stuff. My hairline looks just as bad. So, but overall, I think yeah, I think that was a weird introduction for him. Like, hey, it's my son, and then he comes out like, bro, you're not even mad about nothing. You're like, I don't know. He just looks like an angsty teen. Um, but yeah, Forever said, wish, wish what? I think I missed something. Um, and don't get me started on Morbius. Why you didn't like? I, I liked Morbius. I'm laughing because everyone hates Morbius, and then I'm like, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it for what it was. I wasn't trying to go. The ending for Morbius was horrible, but I enjoyed Morbius for his Morbin time. I enjoyed Morbius for what it was. I pray they don't recast Luke Cage. I agree. Oh man, out of the Netflix Marvel shows, I really did enjoy season one. Wait, how many seasons? Yeah, I enjoyed season one a lot for Luke Cage, like a lot. Daredevil, forget about it. Daredevil was at the top. I even enjoyed season one of Jessica Jones. Like her interaction with the Purple Man and all of that stuff were like just really intriguing. And I thought it was pretty amazing. Those shows were just like really gritty. Punisher, geez, that show. I loved all of those shows. I thought we were at peak Marvel at during that time. Those shows were really good. Iron Fist, I, that show was not good, but the supporting cast was very good. But I don't know. I don't want to say that it was the actor. I would hate to say that it was the actor and not the writing, but maybe it was the actor because the supporting cast was really good. And I was starting to truly enjoy it to a certain degree, but it wasn't Iron Fist I was enjoying, if that makes sense. Jessica Jones was amazing. Yeah, I really enjoyed Jessica Jones. Wish the villain. Wish the villain was better, but the show was cool. Oh, okay. Got you. We need to see better Beta Ray Bill. You guys are naming all of my favorite characters. All my favorite. If I was to create an Avengers team, I already know who's going to be on my team. I already know who's going to be on my team. Beta Ray Bill is definitely there. I'm looking, if you guys see me, because I'm looking at my figure, my Beta Ray Bill figure. I'm still trying to search for a Beta Ray Bill number one at a CGC graded 9.8, but I'm not trying to spend like a lot of money. So technically, I'll probably never get it because since I'm being so cheap. Morbius visuals were cool, but the plot was really just the Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2 mix. Ah, I see that. I definitely see that. Um, yeah, Morbius was rushed. It was a sit down and watch. I don't know if this is an unpopular opinion, but I do feel like Morbius was better than Venom 2, though. Tell me what you guys think. Guys, don't forget to drop the likes, drop the likes, drop the likes so we can summon a crew in here. The way the algorithm works. Other than that, I don't really know what likes truly do, except summon people. If I'm not mistaken. All right, let me go back to the comments and welcome everyone. I'm gonna try to get to everyone's comments, so please comment because the live stream doesn't really work out so well if no one's commented, or at least the way I flow, right? Because I interact. I'm an interactor, not really a like a hey. So I'm gonna just I'm not gonna do like ASM, like hey guys. So today, respect the ASMR people because I watch ASMR. All right. I want a Punisher and Venom to tussle. That would be dope. If we saw, yeah, that would be really dope. And I do feel like there's plot leaks, plot, de- plot elements that they still need to speak about when it comes to Venom, right? And that little piece of the symbiote that he left. I wonder if they're setting up that little piece of symbiote that he left before he went back to his universe as the Secret Wars when Spider-Man will get his black suit, kind of like in Secret Wars, in the first appearance of the black suit, right? We'll see. Let me go back. Trying to get Jason Momoa and Lobo. Uh, you know, it's weird, and the reason why it's weird is only because he's played Aquaman. Do I see him as Lobo? Absolutely. I definitely see Jason Momoa as Lobo for DC Comics, the DCEU. But it's just him playing two characters now are just gonna it's just gonna feel weird. That's all. But I'm okay with it. If Beta Ray Bill was ever featured, you would hear an audible screech around the world, and it would be me. Bro, if they put Beta Ray Bill in the MCU, I no longer care about Thor. Beta Ray Bill, I don't know why I really love Beta Ray Bill, other than that he's different, right? And maybe that's all it took for me to really like the character. But I don't know. Let me see. I want to show you guys. I don't know if you guys have read this run. This is my favorite run of Beta Ray Bill. I'm going to show you guys right now. Let me just take off the green screen real quick. Oh, his martial arts was garbage. Oh, for Iron Fist? Yeah, agreed. I'm ready for Adam Warlock. Me too. Me too. Me too. Um, Sorry guys. I scrolled up and forgot to scroll back down for your comments. Jen gets into a crash, and the villain isn't even the one who gave her the powers. I know. It was a watch. You know what I mean? Oh, we made it to 2,000 likes. Let's go, team. Um, X, what's going on? X Kino said it was it wasn't rushed. They had to refill half of the movie when Marvel went back to their deal. Ah, I see, I see, I see, I see, I hear you, I hear you. They pulled all the Michael Keaton stuff from the film. Ah, unpopular opinion. I don't want Keanu Reeves to do John Constantine or Constantine. Um, I don't. I just take Keanu Reeves as a different version of Constantine or Constantine, right? If you hear me say Constantine, I'm used to saying Constantine, but when I watched Sandman and they pronounced Constantine, and I love that show. Let me just say that I love that show, but they pronounce Constantine, and I never really pronounced it that way, so I'm just pronouncing it both. I appreciate the follow. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Venom 2 was very rushed. I agree. I agree. Honestly, I was with my son. He enjoyed it. I guess the action packed and the visuals and things like that. But like storyline wise, in comparison to part one, I was not digging it. It was a okay watch. I like for me, it was the equivalent of the She-Hulk, right? It was something to watch to get to know things that are happening within the universe, but they were like more filler things, and that was it, right? Was it horrible, horrible? No. I'm gonna give you guys an unpopular opinion in a little bit. I want to hear what you guys have to say about it. Morbius is weird. Wait, I skipped a comment. My bad. My bad. I skipped a couple of comments. I don't think he should be Lobo because of the Aquaman. Agree. Yeah, yeah. He should just Yeah, they should just have Jason Momoa just stay as Aquaman and really just flesh out his character and his whole like, his world, right? Of at everything that's happening around him. There are a lot of characters that they could introduce. They were supposed to before they canceled it, I forgot the name of them. You remember those creatures that came out like the mermen that they were supposed to make like a horror movie off of that, but they didn't. They canceled it or something like that. Um I want to see an anthology series of past Black Panthers. Oh wow, that would be dope. Marvel, I hope you jump into this stream. Oh, that would be really dope. That would be really dope. Hmm. I wonder, they're making I don't know, for those of you who are gamers, they're making a Captain America and Black Panther game, but basically it's a Black Panther, an older Black Panther, right? It's not T'Challa, it's like someone else. So, yeah, I wonder if, because I like to connect these things from like video games to comics and then to movies because sometimes one is a foretelling for what will come out in the future, right? Because a lot of these executives and things like that, they just get a little buzz, like, hey, yeah, we're gonna introduce this character in like 4 years. So do this character, but don't say nothing, right? Um, let's put a pin in Sandman, because we need to discuss that show in depth. We need to. I can't wait for season two. Um, I think I need to do a whole live stream on just Sandman alone. That show was unexpected. It hit all of the mental sensories that I needed in the show. And the woman who plays Death, she is so beautiful. She is so beautiful. That woman is so beautiful. Oh my goodness. If I meet her, I'm automatically going to ask her out. Even if she denies me, it doesn't matter. All levels of confidence will emerge in that moment. She is so beautiful. All right, sorry guys. I was off on Aquaman when they played drums underwater and had an octopus playing the drums. I do remember this scene. I checked out after I saw it. Why'd you check? Go back and watch it. It's the child's grandfather in the game. Oh, okay, okay, okay. Thank you, thank you, Trabel. Yeah, I want to play that game. Hopefully, it's really good. Hopefully. Alive on Sandman alone, absolutely, that show was rocking in my entire. Yeah, that show was so good. Wow, that show was really good, really good. Every single character was absolutely phenomenal, and yeah, there were some episodes that it was like, this is great. Like it's making me question life in general, right? Um, yeah, I think that was like a genius comment, a genius cast. And I'm gonna be honest, like I'm a big comic book reader and collector. I'm an average collector. I don't want to say like I'm a super big collector because I have like hundreds of comic books, but it's like there are levels to it. You know what I mean? And I've seen TikTokers that are just like really phenomenal on like their collection. Um, but I didn't read the Sandman comic books, but my first introduction was this show, and I did some research on the character, and I made a video on the character, right? I did a lot of research, and wow, the show was just absolutely phenomenal. That's all I can say. I know I said that like a billion times, but yeah. Unless Forever said, unless Jason Momoa is planned to switch stunt doubles, every scene Lobo needs to be different. Yeah, I agree. Um, I just want to take the time out to just say thank you everyone for coming out to the stream, and thank you for allowing me to be a TikToker that you interact with, right? Because we made it past 10K in terms of follows, and I definitely appreciate it. I'm definitely gonna grow as a creator over time and things like that. Like in my last video with the Tosin, there was a lot of like backlash because I pronounced the name wrong, right? So I'm gonna level up. I'm gonna level up. Just just stick with me, and I promise you, great things are gonna happen, right? Yeah, yeah. So, oh, I mentioned this and I didn't even show you guys anything. All right, when it comes to, but this is how my lives are. We're all over the place, and I love it. All right, let me turn this off real quick. All right, so Beta Ray Bill. This is my favorite run of Beta Ray Bill. This is by Daniel Warren Johnson, and then Mike Spicer. In this one, he goes through a whole psychological break because basically, Stormbreaker was broken. It was broken by Thor, right? In the whole Black Winter saga with Thor, and basically he was stuck in his more horse-like state, right? Which is what we see here. And he couldn't do the things that he wanted to do, I guess, with the females and things like that. He could, but it's just like he was insecure about himself, right? But anyway, he goes on this whole Dungeons and Dragons type of journey with like Pip the Troll and a couple of others, and his ship Scuttlebutt basically becomes sentient, and she's part of the team. And then he ends up having to find the item that allows him to transform back, right? And it's just a maze adventure, and he goes against Surtur, and he gets the Twilight Sword. He does get the Twilight Sword, and it is amazing. We haven't seen that much of it after this series. We have seen him after the series with the Twilight Sword, but the, honestly, I'm one who doesn't want him to reforge Stormbreaker. I love him with the Twilight Sword. I think it is so badass, and he is his own character, and he's brothers in arms with Thor, and I love that. But him with the Twilight Sword, for me, is everything. So that's just my opinion. I nominate Roman Reigns for the role. Okay, my son introduced me to him because I was growing up. I was a big fan of wrestling, right? But because of work and life and divergent paths, whatever you want to call it, I fell out of wrestling. But he introduced because he's into wrestling now, and I definitely think Roman Reigns would be a great Lobo. I definitely agree with you. Uh, yeah, he would be a great Lobo. Wow. All right, let me bring it. You guys see him. Well, half of my Vegeta, the rest of it fell off. All right, let me put a. Do you guys want the green screen, or you guys are good with like just nothing background? But I could switch up the green screen too to like something else, spice it up visually. You know what I mean? Um, yeah. Oh man, let me tell you, rest in peace, Kevin Conroy. Definitely. I'm gonna tell you, there's a lot of like passings that have happened in recent years that haven't really hit me, but that one definitely hit me because, growing up, I'm older. I'm a older blurred, right? And growing up watching Batman the animated series with in addition to all those other shows were just like everything, right? They have those shows on like Cartoon Network and things like that, but for me, I used to watch those shows in tandem with like Power Rangers and X-Men and all of those different things. And those voices, his voice definitely hold a lot of memories, and I'm grateful. I'm just grateful. I felt that a little bit as I was saying that. Um, I'm grateful to have had his voice, his acting as a part of my childhood. Coming home from school and watching, Batman the animated series and catching reruns and things like that was just absolutely amazing. And his voice is Batman. I'm sorry. Um, Yeah. Like anytime I hear any other voices, I always like mentally on a psychological level compare their voices to his voice in some kind of reminiscence. And if they sound closely related, I'm okay with it. And if they're too divergent, then I'm like, oh, I don't know if I want to watch whatever this is, right? Um, Not to knock on other voice actors, but I definitely appreciate him. Yeah, I definitely appreciate him and everything that he's done. So, um, rest in peace. And also to his family, definitely, I hope they're well, and I hope they understand that he was a goat. He was a goat. He was someone who influenced many people, and beyond that, many generations to come, just from his voice alone. So, yeah. Uh, Thank you for bringing that up because I definitely want to always take the time out to just give him my thanks and gratitude. Because the things that we really geek out on, we forget the people who are actually either the creators, the voice actors, the visual effects, or all of those people who work truly hard to entertain us, have done so, but also have like infused, have created brand new memories for us that have like shaped us in various different ways, depending on who your personality is, right? So yeah, had to get a little bit of Zen in there too, you know? He was the definitive Batman voice for me. Yeah, definite go Batman. Yeah. And I love other Batmen too, but yeah, Kevin Conroy was the Batman. You know what I mean? So yeah. Let me scroll back. I think I missed Forever said, I do hope New World Order focuses more on Sam because the show felt like it was more about everyone else. I hear you on that. Okay, okay. I hear you on that. Um, True. Yeah, there's a lot of characters. I do feel like it meshed really well personally, right? Um, he's always the voice I hear when I read the comics. You see, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking. Sorry to get all hyped for no reason. These voices are so good that when you read it, and this is it, this is why I love the human brain, right? We're able to hear a voice, capture it, and then we can replicate it in our brains, right? To read anything. Like right now, I could read anything in his voice, in my brain, of course, but I could read it in his voice because it has such an impact on us that we can replicate those things, right? Which is pretty dope and amazing, right? You guys hear the geek in me coming out. But yeah. Favorite X-Men. You guys guess. Guess first. Guess. I want you guys to guess. Who do you think my favorite X-Men is? I have two. I have two favorite X-Men. But one is my ultimate favorite. You know what I mean? Dude, what's going on? Same with the X-Men from the animated series. The voice actors, yeah, so true. Like, like when I hear like Wolverine's voice, bub. Like it's there. Like it's absolutely there. You guys are guessing Kitty Pryde or Nightcrawler. Gus said Storm. Okay. Any other guesses? Come on, guys. Don't be shy to like just type in a little bit. Come on, participate. We're a community. Beast, dude said Beast. Okay, okay, okay. I'm gonna wait until one more minute and then keep guessing, guys. Keep guessing. And then in one more minute, I'm gonna tell you who's my favorite X-Men. My number one and number two. Yeah. Laura. Okay, okay. Okay, keep going, guys. Keep going, keep going. Put as many as you can. Tramel, thanks for the likes. I appreciate you. Appreciate everyone. Cyclops. All right, Gus. All right, all right, all right. All right. So my favorite X-Men, someone did say it. My number one. And I'll explain why. A lot of people, this character is not their favorite, and I'm okay with that. Maybe an unsung hero like Gambit. My favorite X-Men is Cyclops. So Gus, you got it. Um, I'm a Boy Scout at the end of the day. I'm always going to be a Boy Scout. I'm always going to do the right thing for the right reasons, but still, yeah, I do say what? But at the same time, I go through my trial. I know you guys did think that it would be Cyclops. Um, yeah, it's And it's not really for the powers, it's because of his leadership, but also doing things for the right reasons. But also throughout the comic books, he's gone through a lot of crap, made a whole lot of mistakes, but always came back to doing the right thing at the end, right? So he's always been like that character that I always loved to aim to be like, right? And in my profession, I have to be a leader in my the profession that I have, my daytime job. So yeah, it's always been my second my second and third, I guess it's both seconds, are gonna be but I have a favorite mutant. That's different though. But my favorite X-Men, even when he killed, I knew someone was gonna I knew someone was gonna mention that, Gus. Are you a Superman guy too? Yeah, you said it. You know it. You could already tell my type based on what I just said about Cyclops. Yeah, Superman is definitely my favorite superhero. You know who started that for me? I'm gonna tell you, Christopher Reeves. Christopher Reeves is what got me into characters like that. 100%. It wasn't reading Superman comic books, it was watching Christopher Reeves portray Superman and how he spoke, and even in the interviews. Uh, yeah, I'm fine with Cyclops unaliving Xavier. He did a lot of crap, let me tell you. I I could do a whole street like, bro, Professor X, we could do a whole entire stream just on him and really breaking down all of the horrible things that he's done. Horrible in the sense of like direct and indirect, right? Let me see. Let me go back up. Let me go back up. Oh, my second and third is Iceman and Nightcrawler. They're my number twos. My number twos. Um, Yeah, they're my number twos. Iceman and Nightcrawler. More so Nightcrawler, because he was always a peaceful character and the teleportation. I just love that. I have a question for you guys in the chat. So keep posting, keep commenting, but I have a question. I want you guys, I want to know, I just because I geek out about stuff like that. If you could have any superpower, what would it be? Post that. All right, Charles creeped on Jean. He had it coming. LOL. He did. A lot of people don't know about that, but like she was like definitely not of age, and he had a crush or something like that. Yeah, I mean they try to like Marvel did a whole bunch of like really shady like books, and they kind of like just kind of flowed over them as much as they could. 100% Reeves was the best Superman. Yep. Christopher Reeves as Superman made me walk out the theater high stepping for real. Yeah, that's that was one of the movies. What did I just do? Okay, that was definitely one of the movies that made me feel like each of them, right? The combination of acting, heroics, music, just really like hit me on a visceral level, right? And I could definitely say it caused like micro transformations in my character as a kid. I think people forget that there's trauma, and I don't know what the word is, right? The opposite of trauma, right? It could be inspiration. It could be, I, I don't want to belittle it by saying inspiration, but basically the opposite, right? If things can affect you in a negative way, there are also things that could affect you in a positive way, right? That could really shift your character. And I feel like Superman and Christopher Reeves was definitely one of those things that shifted me as a person, without a doubt, without a doubt. It's kind of weird how T'Challa is. Ju- Spoiler alert! Just gonna say it real quick, but I think everyone saw the movie by now, or if you didn't, you're about to get spoiled. It's kind of weird how T'Challa Jr.'s fake name is the same as the current Black Panther comic book character. I think they did that because they didn't want to end the story of T'Challa, but they didn't really know how to do it without just saying we're gonna recast the character. Because I think folks would have been mad either way if they had a lot of people were saying recast the character, and a lot of people were saying don't you dare do that, right? So I think they were just trying to figure out the best way they could do it. And I think for me, I think introducing a child, I already had called this though. I already theorized that a child with him and Nakia, I know they weren't using, protection all the time. And I theorized that between their off and ons that this would happen. And it would happen right before the blip. or something of the nature. I called it. I knew they would do this. Okay, who said guess who said Iceman was the most powerful mutant in the X-Men's guess? You? Was it you? You said I would love to have mind control, okay? Medium tier like Spider-Man, low tier power to make plants grow. Nice. Awesome. My lazy sideways, I want telekinesis, but I'm more drawn to super strength. Oh, Sabretooth. Sabretooth said it. For me, for a really long time, I wanted teleportation, but my dreams have been telling me otherwise. In none of my dreams have I ever had the power of like teleportation, but in most of my dreams, it's weird. In a lot of my dreams, it's always flying as a power, right? And as I was younger, the flying ability, I couldn't really fly. I could like half-ass fly, right? You know what I mean? Like half-ass fly, jump and kind of like whoa, and not really go too high because I was afraid of heights within the dream. And I started to get older. I think within this year, I've been having dreams about flying and I could fly really well. It's weird how like I'm leveling up in my dream version. So I think flying, a simple power as flying, I would be okay with. I think it's because of the freedom that it comes with it. It's a different layer of freedom. Yeah, I really like the powers you guys picked though. Making plants grow, medium tier like Spider-Man. There are certain abilities I don't want. I would love to have, but I want the lowest class version of them because I don't want to mess them up. Right. For example, I don't want teleportation at like full capacity, and then I teleport right into a wall. I'm done. I don't want super speed, and then I super speed right into like a building, and then I'm done. One time superpower. Anyone who says their favorite character is Kitty Pryde, I'm looking at them differently. Why? 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 If I could turn invisible, I'd be in villain. I hear you. I hear you. Teleport like Jumper. I love Jumper. Did you guys watch Jumper? Uh, for those of you who watch Jumper, it is amazing, amazing show. That made me love the ability of teleportation. Yeah, yeah, I love Jumper. Wow, I always wish that they came out with a part two, and I loved it so much that I actually read Reflex. Is there Reflex? Did I just like butcher the book? There's Jumper and then there's another one. Just don't be like Hancock. Crown said, "What's going on, crowd? I want adaptability like Darwin." Ah, nice, nice, nice. Darwin is such an underrated character, but more folks are getting into him now. If you're reading like the current line of comic books of like the X-Men, there's some like really great storylines with him. I know Darwin from the movies, they basically talked about his powers of adaptability and then he ends up like being unalived. And we were just like that was an X-Men First Class, which was a really great movie. I enjoyed X-Men First Class. Yeah, he was in the movie and he's but not in the comic books though. Well, he was, and then he came back or something. Yeah, because the whole Krakoa thing, they have resurrection now. But yeah, Fox did him wrong. Uh, Kitty Pryde is the goat. She went toe to toe with Sabretooth and won. Yeah, I mean, Kitty Pryde's abilities are pretty phenomenal once you really think about it, right? It's not, it's phasing, but you know, it goes a lot. They explored it a little bit deeper in I think like a year and a half ago, with the whole Franklin Richards thing with him not being a mutant. I had to take a moment of silence for that one. I don't agree that Franklin Richards should not be a mutant and how he basically made his genes like that. Yeah. But anyway, they explored Doctor Doom actually talked about Kitty's powers and explained a little bit more that she could phase, but she could also lighten herself and also basically make herself heavier too as well. So it goes it you know there's a lot that goes into her abilities. House of M, okay, for Darwin, right? And she literally saved the world single-handedly. Yeah, she did. Yeah, she did. Um, wasn't there like a comet or like a basically a moon or something that she basically made intangible and it phased right through the planet? I can't remember. That's when she was with the Guardians, right, of the galaxy, and her and Peter Quill were a thing. Which I was like, what? Her and Peter Quill. It just felt weird, but they made it work. You know what I mean? She phased the missile. Okay. Four Horsemen Magneto is pretty badass in the movie. Yeah, I agree. All of the X-Men, all of the a planet-sized missile. Ah, okay. Does she lead Excalibur now? No, she doesn't. Currently in the comic book, she doesn't. She is the Red Queen, and she is the leader of sorts of I'm sorry, why am I not getting the name? The Marauders, sorry. She's like a pirate version. She rocks. It's hard to explain. There's a lot, but she's yeah. That Colossus and Kitty ship relationship was weird because was she really? No, 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 she wasn't. She was not under. I'm laughing, but no, no, no. But by that time, she was already in her. She was 14. No, wait, how old was my boy Rasputin? Really? Whoa, Marvel. I think we need to do a whole nother stream on hot takes. Really? He was 16. Okay, he was 16. Wait, Crow, are you saying Colossus was 16 and and she was 14? Or are you saying that she was 16? All right, so this is Marvel. Come on. I mean, you can't get out of this now. You can't get canceled now, but you should have got canceled for stuff like that. Colossus were pretty young too. Okay, okay, okay. That makes it. He was okay. Why didn't you guys? Why didn't you guys say that? You guys made it seem like Colossus was like 40, and and she was like apparently he was 19. That's still ah, that's still not good. That's horrible. Actually, come on, Marvel, get it together. Please don't. I mean, I don't think they would ever write stories like that again. With that age disparity. But yeah, jeez, yeah, 19, and yep, that's bad. That's actually really bad. Come on, that's probably why they try to separate them over time. It's bad, but not Charles creeping on Jean. Oh man, I know that was a lot of people try to forget that actually really occurred in the comic books. Um, yeah, and that's why Cyclops. I should make it short, just like 10 seconds. That's why Cyclops offed him during the Phoenix 5 flows. He was like, "My boy, don't think I'm not gonna say it right now, but this is why you're done. It's why Wolverine let Juggernaut best beat him up." He watched it. He said, go ahead, bub." I mean, Wolverine's a creep too. Wolverine's a creep too. He's definitely a creep. I mean, she was much older by that time, but still, I guess. But in comparison, not as bad as that one. The Colossus and Charles. Jeez, my boy Rasputin. Come on, he was creeping on Jean when she was with Scott. I know Wolverine doesn't. Wolverine gives no Fs. He definitely gives no Fs at all. Guys, keep smashing it. Like, let's get that to 5K and get more people in here laughing. So Logan is no better. He is no better. I'm not. I could never do that. I could never do that. Like, if someone has someone, I can't be in the shadows trying to get with them too. You know what I mean? Yeah, I can't. I just can't. Yeah, I have too much like I guess it's self-control, but it's like my pride. Um Hi King, what's going on? But what Scott did to Madeline Pryor was criminal. I'm not gonna lie. You see, this is I still love Cyclops. Nothing's gonna change that. Nothing, nothing, nothing. Um, but there are a couple things that Scott did that was like, bro, like you're wilding right now. Like him and Emma Frost, him and Madeline Pryor, but he got tricked with Madeline Pryor though. He really thought it was Jean. He really thought it was Jean though. Um Scott was there with everyone. Don't forget Scott cheated on Jean with Psylocke. He's got wait, he what? with Psylocke? Psylocke is bad though. I mean, you know, she wouldn't catch me with that. I think the whole Emma Frost thing like should be a whole soap opera because they were basically mentally effing each other, right? Like it was real. Like that was definitely like I think they did that to prove that like if you like if you're mentally cheating, it's real cheating kind of thing. Uh, I literally like him with Emma though. That was a great match and didn't expect it. Honestly, I always see him with Jean, but I didn't mind him and Emma, right? But what's weird is I don't know if you guys have been reading the Krakoa comic books, right? But they did show Wolverine, Cyclops. You guys probably know about Cyclops and Jean doing the thing, like all three of them, right? Basically having orange. You know what I'm saying. I don't want TikTok to be like, gotcha. A Throuple. They're basically, yeah. Thank you, dude. They're a Throuple. Even though she's more like, I think they mentioned they put that in the comic book, but then they led away from it now. You know what I mean? I literally like Emma, though that was a great matching. Scott and Emma was cool, but they didn't have to do that on Jean's grave. Yeah, I agree. But you know what's also weird too is that Alex, which is Havoc, that he's in love with Madeline Pryor, right? That's his like, but she looks just like Jean. Um, but it's just like so odd how like I don't know. Like I don't if I never read it. Wait, Scott, Emma, and Jean are a thing? No, 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 no. Scott, Scott, Logan, and Jean are. I wish I had the comic book like right now. I can't go through all the boxes right now. But yeah, they're not a thing, but she's she's really with Scott, right? But if their desires are, in the flows, they do their thing. Yes. Oh man. Oh, hold on. I have to. Can I do this without ending the live? No, I don't want to do, and then I mess it up. Jeez, I can't go through all my comic books. I have like all of these comics, but I don't want to like. It's a devil's triangle. Yeah, just look it up, bro. Look it up. Look it up. I mean, Scott in a speedo. You already know from those. You guys remember those all old Marvel Flair cards? You already know it was gonna be a thing when they were all wearing speedos and thing. Like they're gonna definitely like tap it. They're gonna dip into each other at some point. Tell me the issue and the number, and I'll research it. I got you. I'm doing it right now. Uh, let me just type in Google Scott, Logan, and Jean. I can't. No, it didn't work. Cyclops. Cyclops. Uh, Wolverine. Jean. Polly. Of course, it popped up. Which comic book is this? I gotta make a video on this. Um, I'm reading this from CBR. Many. Many fans were excited to see this shift, but others expressed confusion at the concept of longtime rivals, Cyclops and Wolverine, sharing gene, or all three being in a quality romantic and sexual relationship. Oh, is me saying that is like appreciate the follow, dude. Um yeah, but what issue is this? What issue is this? That's what made it weird to me. Not that they were troubling it up, because they have always been rivals for her. But I guess that kind of ended. You know what I mean? Like which this is X-Men number. Why can't I find it? Put my room next to Emma. Yeah, you're mind blown. Invite Emma. Listen, just Emma, she could be wherever she is as long as she invades my mind. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Like Emma, you know what you got to do, right? A little psychic, a little. I need to do more lives. This is so much fun. Uh, what issue is this? It's X-Men something. One of the roaches is either house, living quarter rooms are directly connected to genes. Um, and put some stank on it, Emma. Get a little sloppy, Emma. This live is changing into something else. Crowd, appreciate the follow, bro. Appreciate the follow. Which comic book? Everyone's talking about it. I'm looking at so many headlines for it, but no one's like actually mentioned the the book. Oh man, X-Men number 7. New issue strongly suggests a sexual relationship between. I hope every time I say sexual, that's not like TikTok is not like gotcha. Sensitivity warning. You just said that word. Oh, no, this is not when they show the scene, but they basically let me read it to you guys. So basically there's a panel between him and Scott talking. Um and then the scenery at this place is something else. They're basically on the in Krakoa, the different houses they have like their own homes, and this is the Summers house, and then he says it sure is. And then whatchamacallit, Wolverine says genie in a bikini, and then Scott says Scott in a speedo, and he says, "Huh? Well, who could I say? Who could say no to that?" So they're I mean, they gotta do what they gotta do, I guess. I respect that. But yeah, they definitely have a little thing going on. Uh, Devolved, and it's hilarious. Yeah, we definitely fell off. We're here talking about movies, and we're talking about the controversy. Like big controversy. There's a panel of Logan leaving Scott's bed. There is no, there isn't. There is. Did I miss that? What? What? Some comments were filtered to protect the community experience. What is TikTok telling me? Is some of your comments filtered, or they're just talking about like if there's like evil comments, right? Or something like that. uh yeah, I mean it's yeah. I mean, yeah. That's all I could say. It looks like the rivalry is now over. That ended in the many moons ago. But we got to saw the high gravity of it in the 95 X-Men show, right? What's your favorite MCU film? It's definitely Avengers Endgame. That's the one that me and my son saw, and we definitely enjoyed it. And it was, for me, I hate to sound trendy, but it showed everyone the accumulation of the 10 years together. I felt like I think that was a movie that had not just action, but also a lot of emotion combined with like really great music. Like when Captain America got the shield. No, not even the shield. That's not even my favorite. That's not even my favorite part. For a lot, that's their favorite part. It was when Sam was like on your left and and then the portal opened up. That was so majestic. It was so majestic because then you had Sam popping out, then you had Black Panther coming out, and then you had the Valkyries coming out. It was just like a scene that like wow. There was that scene, there was the yeah, it did give me chills. Literally goosebumps was like we're here. And overall it was just an amazing experience, right? I saw it with my exchange daughter. It was such a cathartic experience. Yeah, it was so great. TikTok don't want people admitted Logan and Scott was slapping to each other. Probably. I mean, you know, Logan, Scott, you're still my favorite X-Men. Nothing will ever change that, my brother. Logan's never been my favorite. I never fell into the Wolverine hype, but he's cool. You know what I mean? He's cool. Um, when Cap got yeah, uh-huh. He did use it. He did use it better than him. On your left gave you chills. Yeah, like I wish I could relive that moment. There are a couple like there's a couple of movies and even TV shows that like gave me that like that 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 feeling as if like I've become enlightened just for like a second or like a couple of seconds. You know what I mean? Or you're like totally immersed into the flow state. The flow just meaning that like everything time, everything outside stress is no longer relevant and you're just completely in the moment. But it was combined with a little bit of euphoria, right? That the dopamine just like was spilling in a different way. My pick is the first Avenger movie. That scene of Bruce with the scepter was cool. Nice. Yeah, what's everyone's favorite MCU movie so far? I'm also a big Buffy fan. The last episode of that show had chills. Uh, my XXXXX really loved that show. But I was very familiar with Buffy the Vampire Slayer. And speaking of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, not really speaking of her, but I do think they're going to introduce Blade's because in the comic books they introduced Blade's daughter. And I have the comic book right over there where they have her first. Let me actually grab it. I'm still here, guys. Just my comic book table because I do sell comic books on Whatnot, and I have shows, so I'm preparing for a show next week Friday. But basically, this is our Judgment Day, the free comic book day edition. Let me just take this off, guys. I'm just like I don't think Star Panther in the background is making the stream any better. What's making the stream great is everyone's comments and just like jamming out and talking about them. This is really a fun stream. I got to do this more. Like seriously. All right. So this is the first appearance of Blade's daughter, right? On Free Comic Book Day. This is kind of like the prelude to Judgment Day. And she makes her next appearance. This comic book just came out recently. Crypt of Shadows, as you can see, she's right here. The reason why I'm saying that is that if we do have a movie for Blade and they do introduce her daughter, I could see her like being a Disney Plus TV show and it being like Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I did all of that just to say that. uh, Mine is Endgame 2, but the OG Iron Man is a strong number 2. Yeah. I have different like scenes that like cause that feeling that I always want to capture. You know what I mean? Um, there are different feelings like that are strong. There's that like immersive Europhia. I'm pretty sure I'm pronouncing that right. Wrong. Feeling, and then there's that like a movie or a piece of cinema was so good that I can't stop thinking about it. Like my favorite movie of all time right now is definitely it's hard. It's a toss up between a couple, but it has to be Interstellar. Christopher Nolan is a It's a damn genius. So Interstellar is my favorite movie. It gave me that like I can't stop thinking about this movie after the movie is finished, right? And it was so immersive and so yeah, I love movies that do that. That's why I'm like really big on cinema. Mine is Endgame. Honestly, Infinity War comes close, but I don't see any MCU topping the first Avengers. I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. Um, Infinity War was pretty good. Um, yeah, I felt like that was like a really great two-part movie, and Infinity War and Endgame, right? Watching kind of like Thor's hero's journey of getting re making the brand new hammer, right? Stormbreaker was just like pretty phenomenal. The whole war.